of items. So again, whatever works the best for your family. So
right.
we've got chicken thighs, chicken breasts, ground beef.
I love all of it.
Okay.
And one thing I love to cook with is chicken thighs.
Yeah.
Always through and through over chicken breasts any day, only because they do not dry out.
Okay.
And then also for the next day, if you decide to cook it into something else, they definitely won't be dried out. Where sometimes the white meat, if you don't eat it right away, it's not always a great second day item.
That's a great tip.
I'm going to go ahead and grab the chicken thighs then.
Perfect.
Awesome. This is great. Perfect. And what good items you have in here?
You know, and we get a lot of this from, we have partners. So we work with Second Helpings that rescues foods from a grocery store. They kind of act as the middleman and they'll deliver to us.
So when we see those big trucks going by, we're like,
yes,
let's do this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they are wonderful. We do have a ton of people shopping at our markets. We are
and everything.
Yeah. So we have cereal, peanut butter, jelly, those types of things. These shelves are a little bare, and that's just how it is right now.
Right,
We're super busy. We're seeing an influx. We are getting stuff from
kids
donations.
are coming home from school soon too.
Exactly. So the summer months are a little bit busy, and so unfortunately, this is just the way it looks right now. We are super grateful to have donations. Every time somebody rings our doorbell in the back, it means somebody's donating food.
Yeah.
But this is where we're at right now.
And this is why we need to make people aware and get people involved. Awesome. Awesome. Good deal. Again, I'm not going to be cooking cereal today, so we'll just keep going. We'll keep going.
You never know.
Yeah, you know exactly. That'll be another show. That'll be another. That'll be another video. Yes. All right. So I'm going to go. So I have, I think, 5 more items.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and move down this way.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get one of the things that I know we're doing chicken already.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab some tuna because again, that's a good protein.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So we're gonna go and grab one of these. That'll make it 6. And then I wanted to grab some chicken broth.
Always good to have, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll grab a chicken broth. So what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep.
There was something else that I liked here. I already got corn fresh, which is great. The rice. Always want to get rice.
Yes.
And that's 8.
So that's kind of how we check it out.
Consistency, just like a regular store. I mean, that's what we're doing here, right?
And then we weigh your groceries. And that's kind of, again, how we keep track of what's leaving the market. And that's how we report on it.
Okay.
We donate and share about 50,000 pounds of food
you know how much
each month.
That makes sense.
And so that's kind of how we track that.
When you put in we're here at One Help Mamas now.
So
Thank
excited.
you for the great shopping experience. I loved it. Really opened my eyes as to how great it can be and how many options you have. You're not feeling like you're just getting whatever was left over. You're like, okay, I can make a list and I can go shopping for my family.
Exactly.
So while we're doing this, I just wanted, could you go over like what we received?
Yeah.
Or what we shopped for, I should say. What we shopped for. And then I'm going to start on the rice so we can get it going.
Absolutely.
Is that cool? Okay, so I have the rice over here, and I'm going to go ahead and get that started.
Perfect.
And if you want to go over all of our great items, except for the rice, because I have it here. All right.
Perfect. So we just got back from the market where we shop for our items. We have always available produce, proteins, non-perishables, milk, eggs, and protein, which is super important. Like we said, it's always important to make sure that we don't just have food, but have food that can really nourish, keep you full, and that's healthy.
And a plan, right? A plan for your family. Like,
exactly. Choices, like you mentioned. There might be some brands that speak to you that don't speak to other families that are super important, or just different preferences. Obviously, people with kids can be picky, so picking things that makes the most sense for you.
But you know what? I was not a picky kid.
You weren't?
Obviously, because I am not.
I guess.
I've definitely ate well.
I don't know.
But the thing is, though, it's introducing them.
It is.
And if they can just try it, they might be surprised. Just one time, just try it. That's the one thing that I do hope that we start to do more with our kids is that we can't just stick with just chicken nuggets, let's say.
Yeah.
We just have to branch out a little bit, and you never know what's going to stick with them. So, so I think we're going to offer some options that maybe kids might be like, oh my gosh, I can't eat this, but we're going to make it so delicious that they're going to want to eat it.
Yeah, and packing in like vegetables and different things like
and
that.
And not even knowing it,
exactly.
Right?
Did you do any tricks with your kids
growing up? Yes, absolutely. No, we used to, it's funny because they, my daughters now tell me that they, zucchini and squash, they are like like it's a haunting thing for them.
Really?
Because I would sneak it into everything.
Well, it's so
Anything
available.
I possibly could. Yes, it's so available
Versatile.
and it's affordable. And but I mean, they joke with me because they're like, "Mom, it would be like in everything." I'm like,
Desserts?
I
You can
know.
eat that.
Yeah, I wasn't that adventurous, but
Okay.
yeah. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna start with the chicken
Okay.
because I want to get that cooking. And what
Perfect.
we're gonna do is we are gonna cook that with onions, black beans, some tomatoes, and we are going to go ahead and put that aside. We're going to serve that with the rice.
Perfect.
And then we'll make a really lovely salad. And along the way, we'll show how we can use different items that we have here because we can't cook all of the week in just right now,
No,
right? So,
just today.
so we'll at least get started with that. You know,
Awesome.
I did notice that you do have some of the staples like oil and things like that.
We do, yeah.
Are those always available?
We try to. It is very popular because it
Yeah.
can be used for so much. So oftentimes that's an item that's low in the market.
Absolutely.
But it's super important. We do assume that most folks have salt, pepper, things of that nature. But
Right.
as we were talking about, there's sometimes we don't have a whole spice section. So I know you were kind of grabbing different non-perishables that you can kind of layer flavors into it to help stretch and make things more flavorful.
You have to. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cook these whole.
Okay.
Because I don't want to dice them up. If I was in a rush and I was going to use all of it, I would dice them up and cook them very quickly.
Okay.
But right now we're going to go ahead and cook them whole because we're not going to use all of them today.
Perfect.
We're going to save some of it maybe for another meal later, but this way the cooking always make sure your pans are hot enough.
Okay. It sounds hot.
Yeah. So you want to hear that sizzle for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put the smooth side down first.
Okay.
Just to give a nice little coloring to it. And we're not going to totally overcrowd our pan. But right now, we're going to cook. Because we got to go to work, right?
We do.
So
we
got to
have
get this done.
prices.
Yes, we got to get. Okay. So we're going to work on salad.
Okay.
And so our station is clean now. So we are going to go ahead and make a dressing. And the simple dressing of, we're going to do an orange.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, make it nice and simple. And
Summer,
again,
bright.
everything we have is right here, right?
Perfect.
So I'm going to first roll this so we can get all the juices and everything broken down inside. It's a lot easier to squeeze. And then we're going to put, if you want to go ahead and put about half of that vinegar.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pour some of this oil. Perfect. Put that. This is nice and simple. And then I'm going to have you squeeze this juice into there. Okay?
Sounds good.
We're going to go ahead and cut up this lettuce. Little trick that I do is we go down the middle.
Oh, okay.
And then middle again. That way we can get nice bite-sized pieces. And then we're going to cut really small here.
That's a great tip. I feel like I'm always biting my lettuce.
Right, and you don't want too big of pieces that you're trying to eat and look cute. Doesn't know. You're like trying to get the whole big piece of lettuce. Yeah. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put this because we're not, and we can use that for later.
Perfect.
All right. Let me give one more chop. All right, we're going to throw all of this in here. Oh, that just smells so good.
So good.
If you want to add a little bit of pepper, right here, and I'd say about maybe a good amount. You might have to open it up. Yep. And we're going to put this, and I also did some nice thin slices of onion, of the white onion. Okay. So mind you, we got one white onion. This was not even. This was just half of that. Oh,
that's
onion.
amazing.
So we diced it up, and we're going to use some for salad.
Perfect, and then save the rest for something else.
Absolutely. Yeah, because that'll last. Just put it in the refrigerator. So we're going to just put some of those nice slices on there.
Perfect.
And then we'll cut up one of our tomatoes for some more color. And again, all of this we got right on the shelf there. And we're going to dice it so it goes a little bit further.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if we can even just use that and save this for another.
Amazing.
Right? I mean, just enough color, just enough pop of flavor.
Totally.
That color is gorgeous. Right?
It is.
All right. And then we'll wait for this dressing. So I'm going to put a little bit of that. I'm going to put a little bit of the cumin. Just to give that little smokiness.
It smells so good. Right? Cumin seems like a spice that you'd be able to kind of stretch and do a lot of different things with it.
You don't need a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I'm going to put a little garlic salt too. Garlic salt, being Filipino, garlic salt was in everything. So
I love I'm Italian, and so I also have a real
yeah,
love
you're like
for garlic.
in a different way. We all do the same
yes,
thing.
it's all the same.
So we're just going to give this a good shake, and then we'll add that to it later. So we'll go ahead, and this is going to go with this one, okay?
Amazing.
So we're going to kind of put that there. All right. Move these tomatoes. All right, let me take these out of the way. All right. So we'll check out our chicken. Let's see how it's browning up. Oh, nice color.
Gorgeous.
So another thing that I think is a good thing to do is they're nice and thick. So once I get some color on another side, I'm going to pull probably two of them for another meal. Okay. Because we're going to do dinner, so we will dice these up eventually. But once I just get that color, I'll pull them so that when we cook them again they're not overcooked, right? That's just a little bit of a par cook on it.
Amazing.
All right, and then we'll put these on here. And we will save those for later. Do you also offer like, or maybe it's one of the things, like, are there recipes ever? Like,
there is. So we usually have some recipes near the checkout based off of whatever produce we have on hand. Right. So if we have a bunch of sweet potatoes, maybe there's a couple different ways that you can utilize sweet potatoes. We also do that around the holidays. Yeah. We've also played around with meal kits with extra kind of product that we've had.
I love that.
So you think of like green bean casserole, which is like a really popular one, but there's so many other things where you, like you said, where if you got cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, and then you could layer it with a canned vegetable.
I mean, ask my husband about it. He knows. He does it all.
Yeah.
So again, I only use basically now a quarter of that onion. And I'm going to go ahead, and you can just smell.
It smells so good.
Oh, it's just so good. And you know, another thing you might want to put in here if you have it, garlic. If for some reason you have garlic, but again, being Filipino, and trust me, I grew up on a dime. I mean, you know, my parents were I'm first generation, and they moved here. They moved here in the 70s, and then I was the first generation born here, so I understand what it takes to stretch it.
You know, and I think that's something that we always say, that it's important to share a meal. So whether it's your normal groceries or a holiday meal, it's so important to sit down as a family. And I'm sure you have a lot of memories, and food is obviously important to you.
Very, very important.
What does it mean to sit down and have a meal with family or friends?
And that you cooked for them.
Yeah.
And that you shared with them. Absolutely, 100%. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add some corn into it.
Okay.
And corn, how great you guys got. Fresh corn.
We're very lucky.
What a treat that is. I mean, that is huge.
We try to have variety, so it's not just the same things all the time. Right. So just like you're shopping, you never know what's going to be available or what's fresh. But yeah, having varieties like that. It looks great.
Hello, corn.
Color.
Now, is it one of the things that you can get a can too? Yeah, absolutely. We do it at the restaurants. We can't always get fresh corn.
Sure.
But when you can, you definitely want to utilize it. All right, we'll put this underneath.
Man, those onions are smelling good.
I know, right? So I'm going to turn this down just a little bit.
Okay.
So that we can more saute them. And then we're going to add in, we're going to cut this corn on the cob. Ooh. And that way, we can get, normally there would be a kitchen that I could. But you know what? If you don't have space, that's okay.
Yeah, make it work.
Yep, make it work. So we are going to add this to there too, so that will cook up. And now those natural starches too, and sugar will also be able to cook in and add flavor to it. So excuse my corn kernels all over.
I don't think anybody at home has a super clean
at least clean as you go, right?
Yeah,
just clean as you go. And one of the things is with this, if you take the back of your knife, it's called milking the corn.
Oh, wow.
It actually adds like a little bit of extra of that milk from the corn, that juice.
That's awesome.
You do it a lot with like cream corn, but as you can see, that's definitely going to add those natural sugars.
Yeah.
But again, I'm using the back of the knife just to get that little extra something. So simple. All right. It really is, right? Like it's simple as long as you just do the right, make sure your pan's hot.
I think sometimes like thighs can be intimidating compared to like 100%. Chicken breast for some reason.
But it's much more forgiving. Yeah. Actually, when you really think about it, it's actually more forgiving.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't add any other oil to this.
That's great because it's harder to stretch it too. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah. And then we're just using all of the flavors.
That fat that you saved on the chicken.
Yeah. And look at it. You don't even know it's there. Nope. All right. Use a lot in cooking is, or garnishing, I should say, right? you don't garnish at home.
Yeah.
Well, you should garnish at home.
can,
Why not,
yeah.
right? It's as simple as something like green onions or cilantro.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that I like to do is I always like to have some green onions. I'm going to leave this one in here. We always cut on that bias. Let's do it on the corner here. All right. So we just want to at least get a little bit, right? Just a little bit so that we have it. And then what I like to do, I'm just going to leave that to the side, is I always put these at home. We put them right into the water windowsill. It's the best 69 cents I ever spent, right? Because it will keep regrowing.
Yeah,
so amazing. This is just, like keep it going. You'll be able to see that you'll always have green onions to garnish.
Amazing.
All right. Looks like the beans are going. We're going to put just a little bit more seasoning on here. A little black pepper. Always want to make sure you season because you can't take it back. You know what I mean? You can't, like, true. Oh, I wish I would have added some more seasoning. Story of my life. All right. So I do have some rice already cooked up. So we're going to take this and we're going to put this in.
Rice is such a great everything food.
Oh, it's fantastic. Rice is, I grew up on rice. I'm Filipino, so that's all I knew. But the nice thing is, if you get tired of rice, like my kids are half Filipino, half German, Polish, Irish. Okay. And the thing is that they always had rice, but then I had to introduce other dishes too to it's not just Filipino food.
Right.
So we started introducing potatoes and things like that, just, and the things that their grandma makes. And one thing with this rice dish is you can substitute the diced potatoes.
True, yeah.
Sweet or white potatoes or Yukon, whatever you have, you can definitely always substitute that right where I'm going to put it and make it more like a hash.
That's amazing.
All right. So we're going to kind of put that there. All right. We're going to dice these up.
Wow, they look so tender.
Right? And I'm sorry, I'm not going to dice these because tomorrow I'll probably dice them.
Okay.
So I want it to look a little bit nicer, a little bit more like we're out to eat, and I'm going to put slices.
They look so juicy.
They are so juicy. Do you want to taste a piece?
Maybe.
I know, right? When you're cooking, you're like, okay.
Yeah, it looks.
Here, go ahead and grab that one little piece right there. Nice little end right there. But do you know what I mean? Because now we're presenting our family with something different. We're presenting them with, oh, it looks like at the restaurant. You know what I mean? Like we're not
so juicy.
Yay! And
tender.
Again, see what so for tomorrow, the ones that we have over here, they're not cut up, they're not all the way cooked through, and that gives us an opportunity to still create a really delicious meal.
That's amazing. So good.
Thank you. Good. All right. And we got it all from your store. It's fantastic. So as you can see, if everybody just takes a few pieces of meat,
it's perfect.
We got four people for sure, maybe 5, maybe even 6 can eat. If you want to go ahead and shake that up again, and we'll give it a toss. And then I'm going to go ahead and plate this. Turn that down. All right. Oh, I should probably give you tongs, Miss Ma'am. You got it? Yeah, okay. All right. Shake it, don't break it. I gotcha.
It smells so good. I feel like that orange.
Yeah, it's so nice and light and summery. Exactly what we're coming up on, right? All right, so we got that. And then I am going to take the rest of this tomato.
Okay.
One thing, let me just give a little, keep this on the corner here. One thing in the Philippines is we always ate tomatoes and rice.
Yeah.
Always. It's because it gives you that nice acid.
Yeah.
Along with the savory, the salty. And a lot of times in Filipino cooking, we would add brown sugar with that sweet.
Really?
So we're just going to go ahead and
that sounds amazing.
Kind of fillet that out there. We'll put a little bit of salt on there. You always got to salt. Restaurant, there's rice in the...
You got to keep it separated. We all know the tricks.
I was like, oh, that was not like at home. Okay. All right. So then what we're going to do is we're going to add the green onion on top. There we go. All right, a little bit of green onion on the.
It's so amazing how like just some simple seasonings on that chicken is so flavorful.
It's crazy, right? And I am going to add this
Perfect.
too, because we just want to add that little bit of citrus, so that way. Ooh, we might have got all of it, sister. You might have got all of it.
Hard squeeze.
Yeah, hard squeeze. There we go. That gives it just enough brightness to the saltiness.
Perfect.
All right. And I am going to, let me wipe this down. We have the onions in there, the citrus, the tomatoes. And if you have something crunchy, add it in. You know what I mean? If there's something, or if they have, if there's leftover bread, you can make it into croutons.
A great idea.
Yeah, and just, oh, this is great. Get all those nice tomatoes on top. That's a beautiful salad right there.
Wow.
Right?
So quick too. It didn't. You're not like
We
in the
didn't,
kitchen.
we didn't do too bad, huh? We'll just
No.
add that. We don't want to waste anything. That adds just a little more flavor. I'm going to kind of put this to the side. All right.
Perfect.
Yes. The pan with everything. You can take whatever chicken you have left over, or you can even do diced chicken on top of salad. There's just so many different options, and we haven't even touched half the things, right?
That's amazing. Yeah,
I
more
mean,
than one meal. Stretching it
and just making it and having different flavor profiles also, I think will really make your family feel like, oh, what's for dinner?
That's
Instead
so
of
cool.
worried about what's for dinner,
Yeah.
you're going to be excited about what's for dinner.
That's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, sure.
The idea of going to market and understanding that dark market, what was that like for you to go shopping and see what they got?
Oh, it was absolutely fantastic. It was as if I was just going grocery shopping for my family. I was really surprised at the selection, but it made me realize we need to do more. We need to be able to, especially with the summertime coming and kids being out of school, we need to put more onto those shelves. So I think the more people get involved and the more people are aware, both on the side of donating and on the side of, hey, I could actually really help myself and get some groceries, and that help is there for me, and there's nothing wrong with it at all, because we all need some help sometimes. I'll be the first one to use a coupon. I will be. In fact, one of the things when we would go grocery shopping when we were young, when the kids were younger, was it has to be on sale. So I completely appreciate the value of the dollar and how we can spend it and the best ways to do it. So
Well,
yeah,
you
it was
always
great.
do, like you said, stretching that dollar, and that's
Always.
kind of showing folks too with what you were able to do and what they're going to
Yeah.
do from there.
Absolutely.
You know how to do that with the chicken and with the spices. And
I mean, everything here, this is at least 4 to 5 days, of cooking and meals for your family. I mean, that's fantastic. If you can do that and be able to get this from Bluffton Self Help, because they can help you out, why not do it?